Welcome back to a very special episode, a Halloween crafting series episode of The Distressed Princess. Today, I've gathered together with my witchy loving friends, Theresa B. DIY and Indi Annie Jones. You will definitely want to go check out their videos, which will be linked in my description box, and comment on all 3 of our videos today. These DIYs today are all things that you might find in a witch's house. And what would be more important to a witch than her treasured spell books? You can find these awesome spell books at the Dollar Tree, and they're pretty cool just the way they are. But I'm going to dress them up using some totally dazzled gems. These gems are so pretty. They might be just a little too pretty to go on a witch's spell book, so I spray painted them with some flat black spray paint. And hot glue is the perfect thing to use to glue your witchy jewels onto the books. And another idea to witchy up this spell book a little more is to use some of that black glittery ribbon from the Dollar Tree and put that on the binding. With another totally dazzled jewel, of course. And these little embellishments sure do take these spell books from the Dollar Tree up about 10 notches. I have an awesome offer for you guys today. My friends over at Dossier have given me a very, very generous discount to pass along to all of my viewers who would like to have some really nice perfume. When I get ready every day, my favorite thing to put on isn't any of my jewelry or even any of my clothes. It truly is this perfume. It smells so nice, it smells so expensive, and it is so budget friendly. The Dossier perfumes start at only $29, and they are all inspired by some very pricey name brand perfumes that are in the hundreds of dollars. Now let's talk about that discount. If you use the link in my description box, which will take you to the Dossier website, you should get 30% off your first order. This is because they are right now running a 20% off sale plus my 10% discount. That means 30% total that you'll get off of your first order. Plus, it's free shipping if you order 3 or more. And if for any reason you don't like the scent that you've picked or you want to send it back for whatever reason, you can return your perfume with a full refund. Now back to the witchy DIYs. Now we all know that witches like to have black cats for pets, but I think they might also have a pet ghost. And so to make a pet ghost, I'm using this solar light that was from the Dollar Tree. It had a stake, so I'm going to remove the stake and I'm going to make a cage for our pet ghost to live in like it was a bird. This is a ceiling fan light cover fixture that I found at a store we have in my area called Menards. If you don't have a Menards in your area, I have found the exact same item on Amazon, and I've linked it in my Amazon store down below in my description box. And you know, I only picked the most budget-friendly things, so it's only $5. Take a look around in the rest of my Amazon store to see what else you can find. Also, you will need this foam round piece from the Dollar Tree. The foam piece is the perfect size to act as the base for our ghost cage. And the ghost is already on a little stick where he was sitting on the stake where he would go in the ground. So he can just go right down into the center of that foam. And then the cage can go right on top. So that's the basic assembly, but now we've got to make it pretty. The easiest thing that I found to put on the floor of our ghost cage is this glitter tape that I got at the Dollar General store. Once you have your strips of tape applied, then just trim around the edges with scissors. Then use your scissors, or I guess you could use a knife, but very carefully cut out a little hole where the ghost will go down into the center. To cover the edge, I'm using some of the black glitter ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's just a little shy of being wide enough to cover the entire piece of foam. So after I get the first piece glued down all around the edge, then I layer a second piece on top to make sure all that white foam is covered. And to dress our pet ghost, I'm giving him a little bow tie that is one of the Totally Dazzled gems. And hot glue doesn't work here. It'll peel right back off the plastic. So you'll need to use some E6000 or some fix-all adhesive from the Dollar Tree. Now we reassemble everything. I used a little bit of hot glue in the center where the ghost will go just to make sure he doesn't decide to fall over someday. And then I glued the cage down to the base using some more of that fix-all adhesive. Then I made a nice big bow to put at the top using some wide ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree in the Halloween section, and it's wired so it's really easy to work with. The way I made my bow today was I went back and forth like you see I'm doing here till I had 2 loops on both sides. So here I'm counting 2 loops, and then I cut it off. And I cut a separate piece that would be for the tails. And I secure it all together with a black zip tie from the Dollar Tree. Then just fluff it all out and hot glue it to the top of the cage. And if that isn't the cutest pet ghost in the world, I don't know what is. Plus, he lights up at night because he's a solar light. This year, the Dollar Tree has these glittery black skulls. Their jaws are hinged, and they also light up, which is pretty creepy to me. So we're going to use them to make a witchy bowl. And the bowl is also a plastic spider bowl that you get at the Dollar Tree. So this is the assembly. It's going to take 3 skulls. We're going to glue those all together with hot glue, and then we'll hot glue the bowl to the top of the skulls. Once you've very basically got them glued together, go back over and put more hot glue on the tops of the glued together pieces. That way it's extra secure. Then hot glue the bowl to the top of the skulls. And I'm going to use some of those beautiful Totally Dazzled gems to hang off the sides of the bowl, and I'm just going to use some black thread, which I'm going to double up to make sure that it's nice and strong, and I'm going to just tie them to the edges of the bowl. And don't forget to go down in my description box and click the links for the other Witchy Wednesday videos, and make sure that you comment on all 3 videos so maybe you can get your own totally dazzled gems. I imagine that this would be the sort of bowl that would be in the entryway of a witch's house, where she would drop the keys to her broom. Or maybe to hold some poison apples, I don't know. And in every witch's kitchen, there has to be some potion bottles. When I saw these at the Dollar Tree, I knew exactly what they'd be perfect for. I found these free printable labels on Pinterest, and I will link them in my description box below, but if you don't like these, there are so many others to choose from. I used school glue to attach my labels to my bottles. And to dress them up, I used some more totally dazzled gems that I spray painted matte black. These bottles didn't come with lids, so I didn't want to fill them with anything. But I imagine, just like in our own houses, I'm sure witches save their empty bottles for decorating purposes, like putting her black candles in. Now let's take a look back at all my Witchy Wednesday creations. Hey, thanks for watching on Witchy Wednesday. I'll be back on Tuesday with some more fall DIYs. If you want to continue watching some DIYs, click this link I've provided for you here, and I will see you next time. Bye.